Welcome to today's edition of Tune-Up Tuesday. I'm Douglas at St. Matthews Imports. We find ourselves here in the service shop. Today we're going to talk about airbags. We're going to have an Airbag 101 class, if you will. So we have collision damaged vehicles that come into our body shop. They get sent over to our service shop and we have to repair and replace the airbag systems on it. And even though airbags have been around, over 20 years, and somewhere around 96, 97 or so is when they started putting airbags in cars. Today, cars have multiple airbags. They have front airbags, they have knee airbags, they have curtain airbags, they have side impact airbags. I've got an Audi here I wanted to show you. As you can see, it was hit down the side, so it had a sideways impact. And when it senses a sideways impact where the body would move towards the door, it's going to deploy a couple of different airbags. One of them is a curtain airbag. It is actually typically rolled up inside and behind the headliner. You'll never know it's there until it's deployed. Then there's a side seat airbag, which is actually folded up and in the interior of the seat. So this car sustained side impact damage where the passenger would have been thrown towards the door. It deployed a curtain airbag to protect the head. It deployed a side seat airbag to protect the body. Now, what does that look like? When we have to replace this, you don't repair any airbag parts. You replace everything, and you either recode or replace the diagnostic module, the computer system that runs all the airbags. So, in an accident, there isn't really a sensor that actually deploys the airbag. What it does is it measures force. And so this, they'll have multiple airbag sensors all over the car, but whenever that thing exhibits a force, which is great enough to throw somebody around inside, that's when it's going to deploy the airbag. This right here is for a Chevy truck. It's a curtain airbag. It's brand new. We're getting ready to put it in. So this is what it looks like as a brand new part. We're going to replace the headliner. We're going to place this here. You can see the inflator right here. This is where the powdered charge is contained. And when a deployment event happens, it tells this to ignite and actually inflates the airbag. So this is how we get it when it comes in here. So what I'd like to do is we'll meet outside, and I've got a small demonstration for you. Check back. Okay, so now we're outside for this demonstration. Don't try this at home. So we've got a seat airbag, like one we had shown you earlier today, and we're going to deploy that if all goes well. I'm going to set a cup of water on it just for visual effect. And like I said, don't try this at home, but this is a small airbag. It really shouldn't do too much. Maybe jump off the ground a little. But just to show you how much force that these things deploy with. So we're going to go ahead and do this. And there you go. So we're back in the shop now, and this is the airbag that we just deployed. I hope that was pretty cool. I want to show you the cup that we set on there, show you what kind of force. Granted, it's just a wax cup, but still you can see what kind of force it was right there at the airbag site. This is the airbag fully inflated. It came out of its case. Let me cut this open and I'll show you actually the inflator part of it. If I can get this thing open here. It's pretty tough. Get this thing opened up. So this is the inflator. And you can see right here the white powder. And so the charge is put in here, and when you send voltage to the charge, it ignites the powder and deploys the bag. You can see, this isn't a very big container, so it takes very little powder actually to deploy this thing. Matter of fact, I learned today that there's 7,000 grains of powder in a pound of gunpowder. And at the assembly plant where they build these airbags, they don't allow more than 1 pound of gunpowder in the facility at a time. And they can build, several hundred airbags out of 1 pound of gunpowder. So it takes very little powder to run these things in the end. But this is what it looks like after airbag deployed. And hopefully nobody has to experience this, because this means you were in an accident. But thought you'd like an inside view of that. And that's another edition of TUT Tuesday.